Pause what you're doing immediately. A message has arrived about April 1st. God is sending people overseas, and you're among those chosen to go. Check your heart. Isn't there a country that keeps crossing your mind lately? That's no accident. This isn't just vacation travel, it's a life-changing assignment that explains why you've been drawn to maps, languages, and news from distant places. You felt that tug toward other cultures for a reason. The pieces are falling into place right before your eyes. Those recurring thoughts about foreign places weren't random, they were preparing you for crossing oceans on April 1st. Your international chapter begins today. This overseas opportunity arrives precisely when you've finished preparing, though you might not have realized you were training. All those experiences shaped you for this international adventure where people across oceans are literally waiting. For someone with your exact background, haven't you wondered why certain countries keep grabbing your attention? Why you feel drawn to particular cultures? Why news from specific regions affects you differently? Those weren't random interests, they were signposts pointing to April 1st. Your preparation phase has concluded. Now it's time to pack your bags. Because someone overseas needs exactly what only you can offer. Nothing you've learned was wasted, it all serves this upcoming chapter. Saying yes means trading comfortable surroundings for unfamiliar territory. Your favorite restaurants, convenient routines, and easy friendships will temporarily pause while you embrace new foods, customs, and relationships with people hungry for connection. This window won't stay open forever. The perfect conditions for your international success start April 1st, not before, when barriers would block progress, and not after, when key connections would be missed. You'll know this message is for you if reading about this journey creates both butterflies in your stomach and unexpected calmness in your spirit, the unique combination that always accompanies authentic calling. Tap that like button now to reserve your spot on this international journey. This simple action signals your openness to this opportunity and secures your place for the April 1st departure. Incredible partners are already gathering, waiting to meet the newest team members joining this global movement. They've been praying for exactly the skills and personality you bring to this mission. Drop a comment saying, "My passport is ready," if you feel that mix of excitement and purpose stirring inside. The moment you respond, you'll feel a surge of courage replacing any fears about stepping into unfamiliar territory. This could be the adventure that transforms everything. Real people and real places are hoping someone with your specific background says yes to this call. But quick decisions matter here. Life-changing opportunities rarely linger for the hesitant. Don't get stuck analyzing every detail or waiting for perfect certainty. History's most remarkable journeys began with ordinary people simply saying yes to extraordinary invitations when they appeared. You've been getting prepared without even knowing it. The clues have been scattered throughout your life like breadcrumbs leading to this international adventure. Think about it, haven't you experienced strange coincidences lately? That documentary about a foreign country that randomly appeared in your recommendations? The stranger with an accent who struck up a conversation? Your unexplainable interest in learning about different cultures? These weren't accidents, they were getting you ready for boarding that plane on April 1st. Comment, the clues make sense now, as you connect these dots in your life story. Your selection wasn't random, it's shown through specific patterns appearing repeatedly over months or even years. That chance encounter with someone from another country? That was preparation for where you're headed. Look around at what's been happening lately. Perhaps international news catches your eye more than before. Maybe conversations keep turning towards certain places overseas. You might find yourself drawn to international recipes, music, or stories without knowing why. These aren't just interesting coincidences, they're signposts pointing to your upcoming journey. Everything you've experienced locally has been training for global impact. The challenging situations built your resilience. Difficult people improved your patience. Limited resources enhanced your creativity. All these skills transfer perfectly to international settings. Haven't you sometimes thought, I could be doing more? Felt restless despite success? Wondered about making a bigger difference? Those weren't just random thoughts, they were glimpses of your international calling that begins April 1st. Most people don't receive sudden, dramatic calls to international service. Instead, the path appears gradually through a series of seemingly unrelated experiences all pointing toward the same destination. What's so special about April 1st? This date isn't random, it's perfectly timed for where you are in life right now. Leaving earlier would have caught you unprepared. Waiting longer would mean missing key people already scheduled to cross your path overseas. Look at your calendar. And personal history. Notice how April 1st sits at an interesting junction in your year? Maybe near a birthday, work anniversary, or other significant date. Comment, April 1st works perfectly, as you realize how this fits your personal timeline. We all have different seasons of opportunity based on our unique situations and the specific places we're needed. Understanding this helps you appreciate why this particular date appeared in your journey. Reviewing your past shows fascinating patterns. Remember when you suddenly became interested in international news? When you met that person with connections overseas? When you felt drawn to learn about different cultures? These stepping stones were building toward this April 1st departure. Global opportunities often depend on multiple factors aligning. Sometimes world events must happen first. Other times, certain team members must be assembled. Various elements came together, making April 1st the ideal launch date for your international adventure. Your personal journey shows remarkable timing. Skills you'll need overseas developed at just the right pace. Connections with people who understand international work appeared when necessary. Your worldview expanded beyond local concerns. Right on schedule. International opportunities follow their own timetable rather than our preferences. You've been receiving exactly what you need during key life moments, creating readiness for this opportunity that simply wasn't there before. This international door opens according to its own schedule, staying available just long enough for you to walk through it confidently. Exciting news emerges clearly now. This international assignment includes everything needed for success, some resources already in your possession, others appearing precisely when needed after arrival. This complete provision guarantees effective service beyond familiar borders. What exactly comes with this calling? Perhaps unexpected financial help from surprising sources. Maybe strategic friendships with key local contacts. Possibly accelerated language learning beyond normal human capacity. Comment, I receive everything needed, acknowledging these resources being released. Practical needs, spiritual empowerment, and specialized tools follow patterns, ensuring nothing important will be missing when required. Everything provided serves specific purposes. Special equipment, particular skills, and unique resources weren't randomly assembled but carefully selected, matching exact requirements of your assigned destination. Faithful stewardship unlocks additional provision. As you properly manage what's already given, greater resources become available. Recognizing provision sometimes appears in unexpected forms expands your receiving capacity beyond familiar channels. International challenges often reveal extraordinary provision appearing at precisely the right moment. This creates confidence, replacing anxiety when unexpected situations arise overseas. Skills seemingly unrelated to international service suddenly find perfect application in new settings. Abilities developed for entirely different purposes become exactly what's needed in foreign contexts. Each provision demonstrates remarkable foresight regarding overseas necessities. Important resources sometimes appear just before departure, while others emerge only when the specific need arises, developing deeper trust through the journey. Nothing essential for successful completion will be missing, though provision often arrives differently than expected, creating beautiful stories worth sharing upon your return. Special insights about your destination now become clear, going beyond tourist information to spiritual realities. What emerges is an understanding of places where your specific abilities find perfect expression among people needing exactly what you bring. Your assignment location perfectly matches your unique gifting. Those unexplained interests in particular regions weren't random curiosity. Recurring dreams showing specific places or faces. Immediate connections when hearing certain country names. All these experiences pointed toward your intended destination now being revealed. Comment, I see where I'm needed, as understanding grows regarding your assignment location. Beyond famous landmarks, your journey leads to divine appointments with specific individuals whose lives intersect with yours for transformation. This explains why certain places have stirred deep emotions whenever mentioned. The connection was established long before today. Perhaps you've collected information about specific cultures without understanding why. Maybe news from certain regions affects you differently than other international stories. Possibly you've studied customs or languages with no practical reason. These interests weren't random but careful preparation for your international work. Some people carry special effectiveness with particular cultural groups, allowing meaningful connection despite significant differences. Your specific assignment reveals which regions will respond most powerfully to your unique approach and personality. Certain places have likely triggered unusual reactions when mentioned. Countries causing unexpected emotional responses. People groups moving you deeply. Without personal connections. Communities featured repeatedly in your thoughts and prayers. These weren't coincidental but signposts pointing toward your international assignment. Your destination perfectly matches both what you offer and what you need to learn next. You won't work alone overseas. Partners and helpers have already been selected for this mission, waiting for April 1st to connect with you for maximum effectiveness. Watch for evidence of team formation happening already. Unexpected meetings with others interested in similar work. New connections with people having international experience. Conversations with individuals possessing complementary skills. These teammates have been carefully prepared alongside your own journey. Comment: I welcome my team as you understand their essential contributions. Some partners provide practical knowledge during cultural transitions. Others bring specialized abilities completing what you lack. Many offer wisdom for specific challenges common to your assigned region. Strategic relationships often appear unexpectedly. Random introductions to people interested in the same countries. Surprising connections with those having relevant overseas experience. Friendships forming with individuals whose strengths differ from yours. These weren't accidents but intentional. Team formation. International effectiveness requires strategic partnerships where individual abilities combine, creating greater impact than possible alone. Your overseas assignment activates these essential connections, ensuring maximum results. Certain relationships have likely felt significant without obvious reasons. People who instantly connected with you despite different backgrounds. Individuals sharing your passion without explanation. Friendships that formed easily despite differences. These connections were being established specifically for international partnership. Beyond human teammates, special assistance surrounds this mission. Extra help assigned specifically to your destination provides support, especially during challenging transition phases of cross-cultural adjustment. The most effective international workers rarely succeed through solo efforts but through collaborative teams strategically assembled for specific assignments in particular locations. Unique abilities within you are being activated specifically for international effectiveness. These capabilities have developed through local experiences but will reach full expression in new cultural settings. What skills will expand overseas? Teaching might connect across language barriers in surprising ways. Practical abilities could address specific needs in resource-limited settings. Relational gifts may bridge cultural differences where other approaches fail. Comment: I'll use every ability as understanding grows regarding cross-cultural application. Utilizing familiar skills in unfamiliar settings requires cultural sensitivity. While maintaining core effectiveness, your abilities often express differently across cultures. The same gift may require different approaches depending on local customs and expectations. Understanding appropriate expressions prevents unnecessary barriers while maintaining effectiveness. These adaptations develop naturally through experience. Some abilities remain partially dormant until deployed where greater receptivity exists. Your international assignment places you where openness creates opportunities for maximum impact through the specific abilities you carry. Different settings activate varying combinations of skills. Abilities considered secondary in your current context may become primary tools in new cultural environments, responding differently to various approaches. When internationally minded people work together, effectiveness multiplies beyond what individuals could accomplish separately. This synergy becomes especially powerful in cross-cultural settings where unified teams demonstrate practical cooperation across differences. These expanding abilities emerge naturally through service. No special effort required beyond faithful application. Simply serving consistently activates increasing effectiveness throughout your international experience. The greatest surprise often comes through discovering completely new abilities appearing only after arrival in different cultural contexts, presenting unique challenges and opportunities. Understanding what happens during international service prepares you for realities beyond romantic notions of overseas work. Initial experiences typically include adjustment phases. Cultural differences create both fascinating discoveries and occasional confusion. Communication barriers require greater reliance on nonverbal connection. Unfamiliar customs demand flexibility and humility. These challenges build stronger character than possible in comfortable settings. Comment: I embrace the journey, understanding that navigation through these differences becomes itself a valuable skill. Cultural learning demonstrates respect while building credibility with local people whose trust precedes effective service. Recognizable phases appear during international adaptation. The observation period when watching exceeds doing. Relationship building time, establishing connections before meaningful work begins. Breakthrough moments when effectiveness suddenly increases. These markers help measure progress rather than becoming discouraged. Each region presents unique challenges requiring specific approaches. Understanding local beliefs and practices provides essential preparation for appropriate service methods in your assigned area. Relationship development differs significantly across cultures. Western efficiency often requires adjustment in relationship-oriented societies. Time investments vary dramatically when effectiveness depends on trust building rather than scheduled activities. Direct experience becomes your primary teacher overseas. Each cultural challenge provides growth opportunities, developing international effectiveness. Embracing rather than avoiding these stretching moments accelerates your adaptation process. The most uncomfortable aspects of international service often contain the greatest personal growth potential. Cultural adjustment difficulties become transformation catalysts when approached with learning attitudes rather than frustration. What initially feels most foreign eventually becomes comfortable, while aspects of your home culture gradually appear strange when viewed through internationally experienced eyes. The significance of your international service extends far beyond immediate results. Understanding this bigger picture sustains commitment when challenges arise during cross-cultural adjustment. People have been specifically prepared for your arrival. Individuals at your destination have been experiencing increasing readiness, preparing them to receive exactly what you'll bring. Beginning April 1 St. Comment: I accept my purpose, recognizing the ripple effects beyond visible results. Your faithful service creates generational impact extending far beyond immediate outcomes. Seeds planted through international obedience continue producing results long after your assignment ends. Strategic importance emerges through faithful service. Some international assignments establish first presence in previously unreached areas. Others strengthen existing local workers for indigenous growth. Many create relationship bridges allowing future expansion. Your specific assignment's importance becomes increasingly clear through consistent service. Multiplication happens naturally when focusing on developing local leaders rather than creating dependency. Your greatest international impact typically comes through those you equip rather than through direct work alone. Building work that continues without your presence requires intentional design from the beginning. Maintaining this perspective transforms daily activities from mere busyness to strategic development with lasting significance. Every faithful international worker participates in something larger than individual assignment. Your April 1st departure connects to global movements creating lasting change across cultural boundaries. Small acts of consistent service often trigger unexpected developments far exceeding human planning or capacity. What appears minor in the moment can become the catalyst for significant transformation when placed in exactly the right setting at the precise moment of greatest receptivity. Your international impact creates stories worth telling for generations. International experience transforms you into someone with powerful stories to share upon return. Your cross-cultural service creates compelling accounts that inspire others while expanding their world understanding. You'll develop unique communication abilities. Overseas experiences provide perfect illustrations, making abstract principles concrete for those without international exposure. Complex concepts become accessible through real-world examples from your foreign assignment. Comment: I'll share what happens, understanding the power of first-hand accounts. Stories from international service often reach hearts close to theoretical presentations. Your personal experiences of faithfulness abroad inspire similar commitment in listeners. Teaching credibility increases naturally. Principles tested through challenging international contexts carry greater weight than untested theories. Your credibility expands through faithful cross-cultural service in ways impossible through local experience alone. Balanced perspective develops through international immersion. After significant overseas experience, you view both home and foreign cultures through more objective lenses. This balanced viewpoint creates unique opportunities connecting diverse perspectives under unifying principles. Genuine compassion grows through direct involvement. First-hand understanding of challenges facing people in different contexts creates authentic concern rather than superficial sympathy. Your expanded awareness transforms how you view global needs permanently. Words like nations, cultures, and peoples carry experiential rather than theoretical meaning after international service. Global realities become personal rather than abstract, influencing all future work regardless of location. Effective communication of international experiences helps others connect personally with global realities rather than viewing foreign needs as distant or disconnected from their daily lives. Your international stories become bridges helping others understand their place in addressing global needs without necessarily crossing oceans themselves. The most important truth about your April First international assignment now becomes crystal clear. Your overseas service carries significance beyond meeting immediate needs. Your international work fulfills promises to reach every nation, tribe, and language with practical help and hope. Your faithfulness completes what was written long ago. Comment, I'm going, as final preparation steps become clear. Complete practical matters requiring attention before departure. Establish prayer support providing essential backing. Create communication channels maintaining connection with supporters. Every skill you've learned, relationship you've built, and resource you've gathered served specific preparation for this international assignment. Nothing in your journey happened randomly but built toward this April 1st departure. International effectiveness ultimately depends more on faithful presence than elaborate strategies. Simply going where needed and serving consistently fulfills your purpose completely regardless of visible results. Your connection with home continues. Regardless of physical location, providing constant guidance in unfamiliar settings through ongoing communication and support, this moment marks your identity change. You're no longer just considering international service but actively stepping into the reality of cross-cultural work. Beginning April 1 special strength covers your overseas journey. Every aspect aligns perfectly with what's needed for this specific assignment. Accept the blessing of complete commissioning for international service. Wisdom guides your journey consistently, provision sustains each step faithfully. Your overseas work unfolds with remarkable impact as you embrace this sending with your whole heart.